Our topic is all about administered cities, and the subtopic is about the stakeholders in urban governance. But we will not only focus on this matter, we will expand it so everyone will get and have much knowledge from this topic. As our city and our region expand, the governance within also expanding. We all know that our region, the NCR or Metro Manila, composed of 16 cities and one municipality. We will talk about the cities in this topic. But before that, uh, we will discuss first the administered cities on the next slide. So, what is the meaning of administered and cities or city? Administered is about to control the operation or arrangement of something, while the city is an area in which a large number of people live fairly close together. So if we sum up the administer and city, it's all about the governance or there's somewhat a ruling in a specified place. Also, according to Richard Fox, administrative city or administered city were the habitations of the state rulers. Uh, their major cultural role was to serve as the locus of state administration. State offices and officers had an urban location from which they exercise a political control. So now, we will talk about the urban governance. Urban governance, it refers to multiple actors that intervene directly or indirectly in the operation of the city. It includes a formal government structure, industry, civil society, and community groups. Based on my research, informal government structure, it is divided with three contemporaries. In number one contemporary, it is the contemporary forms of government, which includes monarchy, dictatorship, oligarchy, and constitutional government. And in number two contemporary, it is the contemporary levels of government. It includes the national government, regional and state government, and city and local government. And for the last contemporary, it is the contemporary divisions of government, which includes the executive, judiciary, and legislative. In industry, industry is a group of productive enterprises or organizations that produce or supply goods, services, or sources of income. It includes the primary, secondary, tertiary, and quaternary. In primary, it uses raw materials which are extracted from the ground or sea in order to manufacture a product. For example of this is fish through fishing, while in secondary, it makes product with the raw materials from primary industry. It includes the final output or product that produced by the factory. Example of this is the picture presented on the screen, which is the canned sardines. In tertiary industry, it provides a service for people, such as selling products manufactured by secondary industry. As you can see in the picture, it is one of the example of services that is aligned to the secondary and primary, which these people do service to create the final product for the second industry. While in quaternary, it involves activities such as research, training development, and information services. New ideas and innovation in technology is generally included in this sector of industry. As you can see in the quaternary, there's a machine to produce or create the product in the second industry with the assistance of the tertiary industry. While in the next slide, it's about the civil society. Civil society. Civil society comprises of organizations or institutions that are not associated with the government. It includes some schools and universities, advocacy groups, professional associations, churches, and cultural institutions. And according to my research, business are sometimes covered by the term civil society and sometimes not. And these different institution or organization are also the one who contributes to the city's growth and development, which they do the rule, and the government imposed tax will be the way to collect their contribution to the economy of a city. Community group. So what is community group? A community group is a group of people who work for the benefit of the public. Also, community groups may follow a set structure and adopt principle and code of conduct which it wishes the community to follow. An example of this is the Barangay Homeowners Association, which they follow set of structure and principle and code of conduct that can develop their community. Also, this group can set a certain policy and rules in their community for them to build a peace environment. This government, industry, civil society, and community group are active stakeholders in a city. Later on, it will be discussed by the reporter. But before that, to further explain the urban governance refers to how government and stakeholders decide how to plan, finance, and manage urban area. It involves a continuous process of negotiation and contestation over the allocation of social and material resources and political power. And there are lots of private and public stakeholders that can contribute to the planning and development of a city's urban governance and to global governance. And the next reporter will be Miss Buenpia Marie Laudato. Thank you.